We're anxious to play again. After a bye week, we spent a lot of time with our young players last week. We scrimmaged a lot of the young kids. Had a chance to get some guys rested up and healthy a little bit, and we should get some of our kids back this week. So really looking forward to playing a really good Boise team and playing them on the road. We've got 4 games left, and this will be a big challenge for us. So really looking forward to this weekend.
Coach, have you ever been up and playing Boise before?
Never. I've been up there. I haven't played up there, but when I was at Oklahoma, we went and visited Coach Peterson and them, and really enjoyed spending time with their coaching staff, and just really impressive in the way they handle themselves and how they operate. So, that was the only time I've ever been on their campus, and so I'm really looking forward to going and playing against them this week.
Offensively, what do they do well?
They kind of do what they've always done. They've always been a team that likes to use a lot of formations. Pardon me, they shift in motion a lot. They play 2 tight ends. They really don't have a lot of different scheme. They kind of window dress it a lot of different ways. They like to be balanced. They run power. They run split zone. And they'll run some outside plays. They play 2 different quarterbacks, so we have to be prepared for that. They're a good football team. They want to be balanced. They want to run the ball as well as throw the ball, and we're going to have to do a good job of handling them offensively.
As far as the defense goes, what is the challenge?
Just really talented defense. One of the most talented defenses in our league. Their front 7 is really impressive. They're athletic. They're strong. They have really good linebackers. They have an athletic front. And so we have to do a really good job of protecting against them. They do a good job against the run. And so we're going to have to, stretch them and make them play the whole field to be balanced. It's really important for us to be balanced in this game and be able to run the ball as well as throw the ball. And so they present a real challenge defensively. They're one of the top, stingiest defenses in our league, and so we're really going to have to be on top of our game.
They've yet to allow a 100-yard rusher all season long. Any update on
Jackson should be available to play this week, which will be good. We need all the depth that we can there, so we're anxious to have him. We should have Gabe back. Gabe Sewell should be back, and Jaden Sawyer should be back. So the bye week was good for us. Try to get some of those guys healthy. We were a little bit nicked up and beat up from playing 3/4 of our season. So we're anxious to get back healthy and have those guys hopefully for the remainder of the season.
They've used 2 quarterbacks basically every game. How different is the offense and the play calling from one to the other?
Oh, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more run oriented with one guy in there, and the other guy is more pass oriented. They're both decent athletes, so they both can hurt you with the running game. But it's just it's unusual really to see 2 quarterbacks play the bulk of snaps that these 2 play. And they've done a good job of protecting. I think the most impressive thing about them offensively is how they protected the ball with 2 different quarterbacks playing. And that's really impressive. And so that's going to be a big part of the game. We've really stressed the turnover ratio, especially in conference. And this team does a very good job of that with both quarterbacks. And so we're going to have to do a good job of finding a way to take it away. And then also offensively, protecting the football. So very unusual for a team to play 2 quarterbacks the way they do, though.
They've only thrown 1 interception, all year. How do you cause disruption with that offense?
Well, the same way you do against everybody. You try to get pressure on the quarterback. You try to get a hand in a passing lane. You try to get a tip. You try to play tight coverage on them. And so, I think – we really want to get back to trying to be attacking on defense. we really have three things we're trying to do these last 4 games. We want to be physical on defense. Offensively, we want to be, innovative and execute at a high level. And then we want to do our job on special teams and really try to make a difference in that area of our football team. And so those 3 areas we want to try to excel these last 4 games. And, we've really focused hard in the bye week to work on those areas.
You guys have done quite a few trick plays. I mean, how fun is that just to try and go draw things up and be different and have, different guys do things that they're not normally going to do?
I mean, it's supposed to be fun, and so, those are plays that are good football plays, and they fit what we do, and we've executed our share of them. There's some we haven't executed, but we just want to try to find an edge and find a ways to put the ball in the end zone as many different ways as we can, and we're not afraid. That's one thing, and I wouldn't say that we're conservative either. We like to play. There's a lot of different ways that you can score, and that's the innovative, fun part of the game as a coach. Finding the skills of the players that you have and try to utilize all the talent that you have on your team. And so, we've kind of probed that a little bit, and we'll continue to do that. But I think it just kind of keeps our kids engaged, and they like the plays that we run, and we have some fun with it as well. And I hope it's fun to watch.
You have guys coming up to you saying they can throw?
Oh yeah, there's always guys trying to work their way into the game plan every week. But, and that's the other part of it. We try to use everybody. We try to involve as many players as we can to keep their attention, to keep their interest. Practice again today was really lively. If you're ever seen Tuesday practice, you'll see our guys really compete all the way to the last snap. And that's got to correlate to being on the field. And so we also like to show our defense a lot, because I know this team has a history of those types of plays. So it's good for our defense to see it too.
How much do you think that kind of not messes up their defense, but gives them maybe some pause just because you guys have done throughout the season?
You hope it does as a coach. That's one of the reasons you do those types of things, is to make sure that people work on them. And it helps limit their preparation. But, we just want people to have to defend a lot of different things, and it just helps you offensively if you make people do that, because now they can't really zero in on tendencies and play aggressively on things. And really, offense is just really having a package of plays that play off each other. That's all offensive football really is. And that's the fun part about coaching offense. I didn't see it live, but I saw parts of it, and I certainly remember, the talk about that game and all the buzz around it. And it was the first thing we showed our kids when we came back to training camp, and we showed them some clips and plays from that game. When you play a rivalry game or against a really great opponent, you have to really step up your game, and we've talked about that all year long. Having the type of team that rises to a challenge and looks forward to the challenge, because it really is a measurement of yourself. And we like to look at every game that way, and we've tried to rise to the challenge every week. And so it's really a measurement of ourselves and to see how good we are. And we're looking forward to that. I think the big thing from that game is that people had to make big plays at critical moments. And so we try to rise to that and that type of execution when it's most needed. So.
In your introductory press conference, you kind of talked about how you wanted to make this the flagship program in the conference. Is that Boise State right now? Is that kind of the mark that everybody measures them?
I think it would be fair to say probably over the last, decade, they've probably played at the highest level of anybody in our conference and made the most splash nationally. So in that regard, you always look forward to playing against a team like that. And we would like to have that same type of recognition. I know Coach Auld had teams that were highly ranked and recognized nationally, and that's what we're trying to do. I like the costume, guy.
Coach?
Where's your class now? You dressed up like an AD?
I tried to dress up as a beat writer.
There's gotta be a lot more shaggy, dude. Yeah.
Questions for Korey Rush?
Do you see this as a rivalry game? I know you guys don't get to play every year, but is this kind of a big deal to the team and the guys?
Yeah, I think so, because I think a lot of us were kids when Boise State, started coming up and knocking off big-time programs and really became who they are now. So for me, I'm just really excited to play them for the first time and looking forward to it.
I know the year hasn't gone how you guys would have liked, but what would a win in this game do? I mean, this is not a team Nevada's beat a lot in the last 15 years.
I think it would be huge, simply because we haven't won as many games as we would like to this season, obviously. But the guys have been working so hard, and the consistency of work has not fallen off, nor has the desire to be at practice or do the little things. So just to, get rewarded for that hard work and get a big win at Boise and then hopefully win a couple more down the road would be huge for us going into 2018 and to send our seniors out on a positive note.
I feel like the team needs something like that just to, continue to work this hard and get some kind of reward to show that it's paying off.
I think we always need to win. But like I said, we've consistently stayed working, and I don't think that this team is – I think this team has a lot of resiliency. So I think no matter what happens, we're always going to try to bounce back, and that starts with our coaches, to be honest with you. They haven't changed the entire season. They've stayed consistent with us. So, yeah.
Two quarterbacks, can you kind of break down both of them and maybe how they're different, what their strengths are?
Kozart, they use all over the place, so they'll put him at receiver, running back, everything. He's a great player, and the other guy for Ripon, yeah, he's established. He's been there for years. So obviously, they're both great players, and either one that's in there is going to do a fantastic job. I know that Kozart will run the ball a little bit more, so that's a factor that we have to account for. But they're both great players.
Were you a fan at all of Boise State just because they were kind of getting big when you were growing up?
No.
All that stuff?
Go Utes, man. Not now, but back in the day. Come on now.
I mean, will it be cool just to play in that turf? Just basically.
Absolutely. I went on a recruiting visit up there, and just the kind of like nostalgia of that place with the blue turf, and I'm sure their fan base is great. I feel like it's just going to be an awesome atmosphere. I've seen it on TV so many times, so it's just going to be great to play there. Yep.
Local kids on the team, have they kind of talked about, growing up watching the Nevada-Boise State rivalry?
Yeah, they've talked about that a lot, especially Austin Corbett, the local guys. I'm sure that was a huge win at the time and was probably just so amazing for this area. And it's something that we're striving for every year and every day to bring that sort of atmosphere back to Mackey. So it's going to be awesome.
What's going to be the biggest challenge to keep the defense together against the teams that are undefeated in the Mountain West?
I think we're always going to be together. I just think that if we can get out and put a couple good drives together early in the game, that will help us throughout the entire game. Just get a little bit of confidence early, and that will really go a long way throughout this game. Yeah.
Feel like the bye week was beneficial just to get maybe a mental break as much as anything?
Definitely, because your body's beat up, but doing football every day from August to now almost November, it's taxing. So even 3 to 4 days, just not getting in a 3-point stance is helpful, just to be rejuvenated and everything. So yeah, I think the bye week was great for a lot of people. Practice, I don't know if you're there. It was very energetic, and everybody seemed happy to be there again and ready to play.
What do you want to see from this defense over the last month? I know the last 4 or 5 games haven't gone very well for that side of the ball.
Defensive football is simple. It's just really, Coach Castile says this all the time, just tackle and turn the ball over. I think if we just continue to play hard and can play more stout against the run and, just figure everything out and send the seniors out on that nice note, that'd be great. But I really like how our defenses continuously stayed together and nobody's pointing fingers, so that's huge for us.
I know they haven't run for a great number. I think it's 3.4 yards per carry
Mhm.
still running almost 60% of the time. I mean, do you see that from this offense? Is that they're just going to keep pounding away, and they want to run the ball more than anything?
Right. I mean, the thing about it is they're really good at nickel and diming and taking advantage of what you'll give them. They're completely fine with 12 to 15 play drives down the field, getting 5 yards a pop. So I don't really take that 3.4 into too much account, because they're fine with just grinding down a defense and not really, you know what I mean, getting a whole bunch of big plays but sustaining drives. So that's just a challenge if they're running for 3.4, you know what I mean, and they're going to keep doing it, having to stop it over and over again.
I know the offense has done some trick plays. You've been able to get out there for a couple plays as
Mhm.
a run blocker. I guess how fun has that been, just to be used in a different way and show some versatility?
I mean, I love being a part of the union. No, I'm just kidding. But it's been fun, especially because I feel like I'm in on short yardage, which are more critical plays. So it's just fun to try to give them a little extra energy in these critical downs. So it's been really, really good fun.
Play offense in high school?
No, I should have, but they never let me do that. So
Did you volunteer yourself as a blocker? Or?
no, Coach Norvell just was like, "Hey, come block," and I said, "Okay," and now I block sometimes.
What's going on anymore?
Channel 4 here.
Let's just start with Korey's blocking ability. I guess how would you assess that?
I mean, he really wants to be a part of the union, super bad. He every day he comes into our room and he tries to be a part of it, but he's getting there. I don't know if it's union worthy yet, but he's trying super hard, and so it's always fun when he comes over and does that, our short yardage package, and he's a great kid. You can just see that from the interview you just did. He's just always high energy, and he's just super funny and great kid to be around.
You guys have done a lot of trick plays this year. I mean, how much fun is that as an offense? And I mean, are guys like coming in trying to post plays and things like that?
You're kind of talking to the wrong guy about that. Often, like a lot of those trick plays, I often don't even know they're called, and so that's just, we're the big uglies for a reason. They don't want us to get too excited to run downfield or do anything crazy. So we run them, and like oftentimes I don't even know that they're called, and then next thing I know we're in the end zone and it's super cool. So if we can just keep that alive, that'd be great. Maybe it's working to not tell the offensive line, and just let those skinny fast guys keep doing their thing.
One of the few guys that have actually played against Boise. I mean, what does this game mean to you? Maybe how does it rank, I guess, against like a UNLV?
Yeah, it's just right below. Growing up here, there's always just kind of been that animosity between the two teams, and I mean, sure they have more wins in the history between us, but it's always a super competitive game, and we take it back. I mean, just 7 years ago, yeah, it was a while ago, but that's a classic college football game. That's one that'll always be remembered by college football history, and so just to be able to be a part of that is really special, and we just really have to look forward to making our own name, sketching out our own name in the history books, and it's just a great opportunity. They're a great football team. They've done a lot of great things this season, and so I mean, for me, it's my first time going up there to play, and it's just special. You can just tell your kids one day I played there. I played on the blue field, and so just to be able to be a part of that, and I'm really just trying to push the guys that this is a rivalry game. Like, it is huge. It is. We don't like those guys, and we have to do everything we can to come out on top.
As far as what they do on defense, and what do you expect?
I mean, they're a very sound defense. You don't see guys getting out of position a lot. They're flying around. They got great energy, and that's where I just came from watching film and just seeing all the different things they're doing, all the change-ups that they have. We really got to be on our toes at all times and ready. They do a great job disguising a lot of their looks and a lot of their blitzes, and so it just comes down to be able to see any keys we possibly can, and that's how you're going up against great defense. You're looking at every single thing you can to find a key, but it's hard because they do such a great job, and so I think it's a good challenge for us up front, and It's Union's been playing pretty well these last couple of games, and it's a great opportunity to continue that role and really be the Union.
Going back to the rivalry, kind of local, have you talked to the guys who are from California, Texas, wherever, about how big of a deal this is in the community?
Yeah, Coach Norvell actually kind of realized pretty quick that this meant a lot to the community, and so even in spring ball he's been talking about it. And so Coach Norvell is doing a great job of just making those all the new guys that we have understand that it is a rivalry. And we've obviously watched the clip from 2010, and we got Coach Vi, and he just, anytime he talks, he gets fired up, and you can tell he'd do anything he can to be on the field. And so just between those two, they've really just made it known to everyone on the team that this is more than a game, and we got to do everything we can.
Were you at that 2010 game?
No, I wasn't. I was in San Diego with my brother for his recruiting stuff, but I was watching it, and it was just unbelievable. I could still just remember sitting in the hotel watching the game. There's no way. This is insane, craziest thing I've ever seen. And then sure enough, you still watching. You go watch that clip now, and it's just no, I don't. It's crazy. We go get that touchdown in 4 seconds. There's a deep pass, and it's it's over. There's no way. A solid field goal, and then overtime. It's an incredible college football game. That's what makes it fun.
Anything else for Austin? Question for Lucas Weber. Lucas, kind of the same thing for you. You grew up here. You kind of know about this rivalry. How much are you looking forward to it?
Oh, a lot. But I was actually at the game, so it was pretty crazy for me. Yeah, like Austin said, there was that deep pass, and you kind of just expected it to be the kind of game was over. You're like, wow, this kind of sucks. We had this big drive on them, and then all of a sudden, huge pass, and and then we ended up making that field goal. But I think that was kind of what made me realize how big this rivalry was, and I was like, wow, this is actually this is something big here in Nevada.
Is this kind of you look at this your chance to add to a chapter to this rivalry?
Yeah, definitely. Every game we kind of go into that we have a mindset that we're gonna, we have to do what we're gonna do to win this game, and I think it would be awesome to keep adding to this rivalry and any rivalry we have too.
What do you think it would mean to win a game like this, to kind of turn around the season and pull off a huge upset?
I think it would mean a lot for the team. It would kind of be hope too that it's not just the season's not over, and it's kind of, if we were to win this game, it's just hope to everyone on the team and the community that Nevada football is still around. It's something big here.
You feel like you guys need to kind of prove that to everybody just because
Yeah.
the season's gone?
Yeah, I definitely do. I think the community's kind of waiting for something, and we are waiting for something too, and we feel something special coming on this team, which is things aren't exactly where they are need to be. We're just so close, and it's everybody keeps waiting for it, and it's right there, and we all can feel it, and hopefully the community does too.
How do you feel like your year is gone? Coming off the
Mm-hmm.
knee injury and actually playing pretty significant reps.
Mm-hmm. At first, it was a little slow. I definitely felt a little rusty, taking basically a year off, and just rehabbing. But besides that, I feel like things are starting to click pretty well for me right now, and understanding what offenses are throwing at us and stuff. It's clicking really well, and I've been getting a lot of help from my coach and players around me too that are kind of guiding me along. No, this is what you actually need to do, and it's been helping a lot.
And obviously, you guys are trying to build for next year. I guess how important is this last month of games to building something for 2018 and creating some kind of belief that you're going in the right direction?
I think it's huge. We're playing for something we're playing for a lot of respect right now, and I think if we were to end these last 4 games, it would give everybody on the team hope for next year. And I think the community too. The community, if we were to win these next 4 games or win, just come out with something with these next 4 games, it would build the community would understand that no, this isn't going to be another 5-win season next year or something. It's just something the community can rally behind, and also that we can rally behind. Right on. Thanks, guys.